If I said you could have far more income, abundance, and a better lifestyle than you have now, what would that make you think? Maybe that you have to take a risk or invest capital. Well, I actually found out by building a business online, you can have all this and more without risk, and you don't need lots of capital. My name's Stephen Bones. I'm 59 and I live in the Peak District in the UK. Now, I found out all this information because I was forced to look. You see, I lost my traditional business after 15 years in January 2018. It was bankrupt and we went from a six-figure income to zero overnight. And I smile now when I look back, but it wasn't a good time in my life. I was very low. Now, my career started in business-to-business sales, and I did work my way up the corporate ladder, answering to many bosses along the way, filling in a lot of reports of what I'd achieved and what I hadn't. And you know, it was a daily grind. And the worst day of the week for me was a Sunday evening, because on a Monday I knew it was going to start all over again. So I thought I needed my own business. But at that time I was actually trapped in a good high income job, so I knew I had to risk that, and I actually did. Because you see, I was working 60 hours a week, I was stressed commuting, and I was working that hard that I was tired every night. So I thought if it was my business and I was the boss, it would change. Well, how wrong I was, because I ended up irritable and angry on top of all that. Now, what happened to that business? Well, markets changed. We started losing customers faster than we could find new ones. So we just run out of money. But I am pleased that actually happened, because it pushed us down a new path. You see, I was unfulfilled and I wasn't happy, and I definitely wasn't passionate about what I was doing. Now, when I was down and low in January, for some reason I started listening to Jim Rohn on YouTube. He helped me understand what had happened to me would be a good thing. But at that time I was quite frightened, because I thought I'm going to have to go and work for somebody else again and put in long hours. And as you probably know, which I didn't, 85% of us actually hate what we're doing for work or career. Now, Jim also helped me realise that if I changed my thinking and my attitude, it would actually change my life. It got me to overcome my fears, and it got me thinking that I could have much more. So I started to look on the internet. I was looking for another business, and I began to learn about the digital economy. Now, I knew from past business experience that commerce is moving online, and it's really starting to get going now. But I have to be honest, that little voice in my head, that started to create doubt in me, because you see, my computer skills were absolutely hopeless. And if I'm working long hours for somebody else, how am I going to be able to have time to build a business? But Jim then went on to say, if you want more out of life and you focus on it, opportunities will come your way. Well, I found a couple of guys called Stuart and Jay, and they built loads of successful businesses online, and they started 10 years ago. But importantly, somewhere along the way, they had a vision. And this was to develop an educational platform where people with no skills like me could actually learn to create a business just by investing a couple of hours in the evening. And I'm really pleased that they did have that vision and they've achieved it. Because also, without realising it, they created a community of like-minded people. And these are all from all walks of life. Now, there are single parents, there's professionals like lawyers, there's corporate people, there's inside and outside salespeople, there's business owners, retired people, and even computer illiterate people like myself. And I actually could not believe what I was hearing, how all these people are building new lives for themselves. A lot have actually been able to quit the jobs, and this has allowed them to either travel the world or just spend more time with the family. Because you see, what they have got is time freedom. And they achieved this by using this easy system that Stuart and Jay created. So don't wait for trauma to happen in your life like it did to me. Somewhere near this video is a box. Submit your details. You will actually receive a free video workshop from me, and Stuart will explain what's possible. Because you see, there are so many opportunities. You could want to turn your hobby into a business. You might want to look into e-commerce, or you might want to just learn to market. You could market for other businesses. You could also build websites. There's lots of things you can do, and Stuart will actually explain in greater detail how it's possible for you to learn all these skills. Hey, but not everybody wants to follow this path, so don't worry about it if it's not for you. But whatever you do, I really wish you well, and I hope that I may have helped you in some way. Just promise me one thing, that you won't be forced into a situation like I was before you take action. I really thank you for listening to me, and I look forward to speaking to you again. Bye for now.